All right, so I haven't recorded in a while. No content for a while. At least for like a week or so, but it's all good. I'm starting off today with a new app, and I have a pickup at Lowe's. I also have another pickup through the Rodie app at Lowe's. So I'm either going here and see the things that I have to take. I already know one of the loads is like cement blocks, so I know that's gonna be a couple 100 pounds. And again, like I always say, I know people gonna be like, yo, you in a Honda, you doing this and this and that, but understand, you have to know your dimensions, you have to know how much your car can tow outside of the trunk, you have to know how much the trunk can hold itself. And at the same time, when you are loading heavy things into any type of vehicle, just balance it out. You know what I'm saying? Make it make sense. If it's super duper heavy, put it in the middle. So just so the back of your vehicle won't be, you know, rubbing against anything, because that's where all the weight is normally hold. But if you got pull down seats like I do, you can actually make that work for you. You know what I'm saying? And pick up a little bit heavier loads, you know, for more pay. So I'm about 15 minutes early, which is straight. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in here for the Rodie order, so I could just come back out here and just pack everything that I need to pack. Hopefully they'll let me grab both of them at the same time. Again, I'm 15 minutes early. I was supposed to be here at 8, so it's 7:46 right now. So yeah, man, we're about to get this day started because it's gonna be a long day. I know. You don't even gotta tell me. I know. You're gonna say, dude, you tripping. I know. But that's not it. I have to grab the freight one. But to be honest, these aren't as heavy as they look. They're boxes, yeah, water heater and a toilet, but they're actually quite light. It's gonna be these cement blocks that do it. What I'm doing is I'm lining up how I wanna drop everything off. Now, as I said, I'm gonna be transparent with you guys all the way, just so y'all know y'all limits when y'all doing this. And you know, I can be the guinea pig in a sense. So right now, I have 15 blocks of cement paveway, like pavement, like the little square joints. So I have 15 of those. Then I have, as you can see, I have the water heater, and I have a toilet, and I think I have some like sort of draining pipe thing or whatever, but that's in a little package like that, so it's not huge. But so I have the capacity of my trunk can hold close to 900 pounds, so I think between like 850 to 900 pounds just by itself, just the trunk alone. So right now I have 695 pounds sitting in my trunk. And I know people gonna be like, oh, you're shot, but man, listen, a car, you gotta turn that into money. And you do gotta consider your maintenance and costs. Honestly, it's just like having a van or a Connect or a Transit. It's the same exact thing, in the sense of you're going to be taking heavy loads. You still have to worry about your shocks, your transmission. You still got to worry about everything, no matter what vehicle you in. But as long as you ain't pushing the limit to where you know, like, nah, that load is actually going to be horrible on my suspension or whatever, you know, because sometimes people in Sprinter vans, they go OD too on certain loads that they know they shouldn't be taking. But you know, everybody does it. Everybody tests the limits, you know what I'm saying? But me, since I do have a vehicle, a regular car, I am more mindful of the risk that I take. But yeah, it's holding this baby up like a champ though, so it ain't nothing. Honestly, I could feel the difference a little bit, but not so much. These two drop-offs right here are both in Waterbury, and they're I think they're both, the addresses are like 6, maybe 5 minutes apart from each other. So they're pretty close. So again, as I said, sometimes you're gonna have to stack apps and, you know, certain areas that you go to. Like I started off here and early this morning I started off in Southington. So picked up this one from Freight yesterday, scheduled it for today. You know what I'm saying? And then on my way there, I said, you know what? I want to make this trip worth it. So let me see what I can pick up in Southington as well, as long as it's going back towards Waterbury, my direction. And just so happened they both in the same location at Lowe's. So it all pretty much worked out. After this drop off, both of these drop offs, I have another pickup in the Rodie app, which is at Home Depot. So I signed up for a little block, like 8 deliveries. You feel what I'm saying? It's gonna be pretty light. Probably because of the distance and the mileage, it's probably gonna take me like 2 hours. At least it says it is. But if it do, that's straight. You know, I got nothing but time out here today. On the road all day today, actually, and for the rest of the week. I just decided to pick up long shifts because remember I did say that I was gonna see if I could start getting my Sundays and my Saturdays back. And once I pick up that Rodie one, I mean the Home Depot one through the Rodie app, once I pick that up, I know my last stop is in Washington, Connecticut. So that's a bit out the way a little bit. Nothing too crazy, but I'm gonna see, again, like I said, I'm gonna see if I could get something up there. And if I could, coming back down in this direction, or at least close to my direction, you know what I'm saying? And if that all works out, then we're good. But if not, we just still do what we gotta do. Alright, so I arrived to the first location. Now, they don't have a specific place where they wanted me to drop this off at, but I'm just gonna use common sense with this one. This is my Home Depot pickup. It's pretty light, and I put in another one for the Home Depot because they just plopped out another order. So one of these orders is actually gonna take me to Naugatuck, and the order that just popped up just now, that one is going to Naugatuck as well. So I'm gonna sit here probably for about like 5 minutes or so, see if they may or may not accept the offer that I just put in. Also sitting here trying to plan my route because I do have 8 deliveries. They are spread throughout. I was able to get that order. It's only about like 11 pieces. I'm gonna start from the farthest point out, which is Washington again, and then I'm gonna just work my way back, and then I think I'm gonna make my last stop, Naugatuck. I could catch something all the way up in like Torrington if they still, because my freight app is still booming. So if they still have something up in Torrington in that area, and you know it's worth it going up there, then I'll just drive up there. But if not though, I'll play the long game, honestly. I feel like it would just be smarter if I just chill down in Naugatuck, see what I could get. If I get a Spark, I get a Spark. But if I get a Rodie, then I'll get a Rodie. You feel what I'm saying? And if I gotta drive back up to Waterbury, which is literally only like a 5-10 minute drive back to this Home Depot for a pickup, then I'll do that. That's not a problem. Now, but again, like I said, man, you want to be smart. But there are also days where I hit the pavement, man. Like on a day-to-day basis, I hit the pavement. So that means that I'm staying local, but I'm driving every which way. And sometimes my mile radius is like I draw a circle around like where I start at, and I draw like a 25-mile, 30-mile radius, and I stay within that circle. You feel what I'm saying? If it's possible, and within that mile radius, if there's a lot of orders booming in that area, then I'll do it. But if it's not, I will stretch it from time to time. I don't mind that. You know what I'm saying? I don't mind the driving. Like I always say, like long drives are my favorite. I know that's not everybody thing to do long drives, but if you OTR, you know what I'm saying, then you're not even in the state. You're not even in your state anymore. But you know, if you're local, I consider like what I'm doing right now is local because I'm still in Connecticut, but I'm just in different cities and towns. It's 9:26, so I should be finished with this route probably like 11:30. Probably like 11:30, 12. I should be finished, and then I'll just see where I'm at from there, and then I'll just continue going. Which honestly, I should get gas here because it make more sense. But that the other Shell gas station, it actually has like the all town fresh and stuff, so it got like a little grocery in there. And this one is more so just like at a gas pump, so they don't. It's not a store you can walk in. For real, they just sitting at a stand. But it's only an extra mile. I'll do that one. I'll go all the way over there because I do need to get some refreshments, man. I'll get some refreshments. All I really need is water, though. I don't really need anything else. I'm just worried about water. Yeah, you're going too slow, my guy. Should have gassed up early in the morning, but I was like, screw it, man. I'll just do it because I knew I was coming back to Waterbury anyway, so I was like, I'll just do it when I'm in Waterbury. Because I also keep that in mind too, like some gas stations in different cities, bro, they're not all the same price. Like some of them joints still be crazy, and it don't make sense, you know, so like, I mean, you could call it being cheap or whatever you might want to call it, but it's still Shell gas, so that's like the bougie gas to me. But it's just being smart. If you know you're going to do a lot of driving, you know you're about to put up 200 miles today or 300 miles today, then it will make sense to go to a gas station where you spend less, but it's still good gas, but you spend less. But at the same time, you're able to get over 300 miles out of that tank. You feel what I'm saying? Versus, and you could probably spend like $30, $35. You feel me? But if you go to one that's super expensive, you spend $30 and $35, you probably might only get 100 and something miles, or barely touching 200 miles out of that one fill up. So you gotta be smart. Like in my mind, like I said, I set how many miles that I'm gonna do a day. Sometimes I typically don't know, but I'll throw out like a whole number where I'm like, all right, I'm comfortable with doing 300 miles today. That's not a problem. And then I just do it. But sometimes, yeah, like day to day, like I said, you don't necessarily know what you're getting when you come out here, but you gotta plan for like what type of day you wanna have, and you gotta prepare your mind for it, what type of day you wanna have. You know, you wanna have a short day, then guess what? You're gonna have a short day, and you may not have all the energy to give a full day. You know what I'm saying? But if you wanna have a long day, you be like, yo, I got enough energy to run it up today, go crazy, then that's what type of day you're gonna have. And and there is never nothing wrong with that. Either way, it got me doing this one. I did not want to do that. I'll be on my rewards game, man. I don't be playing. So let's fuel this up, man. Dude, I chopped down them deliveries. I was on an 8 delivery block, right? I was on a block from Home Depot, and it was 8 deliveries. Now the thing is, I had picked up other orders as well on the app, so this block took me a little bit longer than it should have. But it kind of sucks though, because I'm having it, there's like, when I line up a block on Rodie, like there's a lot of stores that would accept your offer, you feel what I'm saying? But then there's certain ones that don't, because you're in the middle of doing a delivery, you know, which is weird, because I don't understand, dude, because it's like, yo, it's all on one Rodie app. Like, whenever we put in an offer, why can't we just snag it up along the way? You know what I'm saying? But there's certain stores I feel like you can't do that with. Like, you can't combine both the stores. So I've been dying to get off this block so I can make some more money, so I could pick up some other stuff that I seen, you know, because Rodie booming right now. So, you know, I want to pick up some more stuff, but I can't because I'm still on this block. But luckily I'm dropping off the last one, and we're gonna see if the other offers is still out there. If not, then I'll just wait around, see what happens. I was supposed to do my last stop in Naugatuck, as I said, but I didn't. So that's what kind of changed things, because I started seeing things up north that I had wanted to get. And so I was changing how I deliver my packages. So I made sure now that the last one that I delivered is keeping me up north in that area. And I put in a couple of offers for some more stuff. So hopefully they let me snag it. But if not, it's cool. It's still early in the day. It's 12:18. I said I would finish all of this. If I didn't pick up that other order, I would have definitely finished all this before, at least by like 11:30. But because I had picked it up and I had to go a little bit out the way for it, yeah, it's 12:19, so it kind of dragged me out a little bit. It's all right. And honestly, it was light. This one was light. It wasn't nothing crazy. It was just this. All right, so I ended up, like I said, I had put in an order. I put in an offer for 2 orders at CVS. Unfortunately, they always do it. I know the game by now. The one of them did pay more than the other one, so they took the one that paid more off and then added the other one. So I just left it there. I didn't even cancel it. I was like, you know what, screw it. It is what it is. I'm already near the CVS anyway. And so I took that one. That was only 2 miles, a couple bucks. Right now, I'm sitting here waiting for this Home Depot. Now, with this Home Depot, this joint got 4 different orders coming out of this. And typically, I already know how they about to do this. What they're gonna do is, they're gonna tease you with one. If they're taking too long, if you put in like an offer, if like one stop has like 2 offers, right, and one is better than the other one, but the other one is kind of close to each other, and if they're taking too long to accept it, it's typically with every store, not just Home Depot, but if they're taking too long to accept the one that pays the most, that one is gonna disappear the first, and then they're gonna leave the other one that pays a little less, but it is still like kind of in your area, and they're gonna leave that one, and then you'll end up taking that one most likely, or canceling it because you want it both together. You know what I'm saying? Because obviously you get paid more. But that's how they trick and bait people into it. So I know right now that's why they taking so long to accept this other one that's kind of close. But I do see one for a Walmart. It's in Naugatuck. That's probably about like a 10-minute drive from here. I could always do that one. See, it disappeared. But this is kind of like the part that I hate. It's like the sitting and waiting part, because, you know, as you sitting and you just chilling waiting for orders, like all that running you did, your body kind of does start to relax a bit. And then it's like, damn, do I even feel like going to get that? Like, I'm gonna be real with you. Like, I'm gonna keep it raw with you. Sometimes, bro, when I hit this downtime, sometimes I'm like, bro, like I don't even want to get this joint no more. Like, it's just taking too long, and they're doing the most. You know, you kind of already know the algorithm and the tricks of the trade, you know, the tricks of the game. So I don't know, I'm gonna be honest with you, but I think they're gonna reject that. But the thing is, I don't mind going to Naugatuck, but I genuinely do not want to go down there. See what I mean? I told you they'll take it off. I knew they would take it off, bro. Yeah, they took it off. All right, so then they put up another one. I wish I could take this piece, but I do not have I don't have a truck, bro. I ended up getting that Walmart one, which is cool. Then Walmart put out another one, so I had to snatch that one up. I said, yo. He was like, all right, bro, I see you, because everybody used to seeing me by now, so he was like, yo, all right, bro, I'll see you later. I was like, honestly, you probably might see me right now. I was like, I put in another offer for something, and then it popped up on his screen. He said, Corey, right? Yeah. But I'll take that too. So right now I have a little small grill, something light, and then I think I have like it's not necessarily an AC, but it's kind of like a cooling fan, like a tower one. And I wanted to see if he was really about to do that turn. And I got a TV, 65-inch flat screen. So this is all going back up to Waterbury, and we gonna make use of it. This may or may not be my last one. I always say that. So whenever I say that, don't take me serious. Don't. Because the minute they put something out on this map and it's good, I'm snatching it. So, yeah, this is it. This is it.